So I am calling this meeting to order at 9:29.
23 seconds.
Hey, Bev, I got a quick question before we really start. Is that AI thing gonna be sent to me? Like in December where I get sort of the AI, I got an AI,
Like a summary.
summary. A lot of it wasn't great, but the dollars I used for information, do you know?
Oh,
Linda, do you mean the AI summary from today's meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah, I send it to you. So
okay,
what
that way I don't have
happens?
to worry about all the dollars and cents.
Yeah, what happens is I get an email once it's generated, and then I can forward you that email.
Thank you so much, Dorothy.
No problem.
Okay. So now we're going to do roll call.
Linda Reed?
Cheryl. Carol DeBona.
Monica Keith Hess.
Dorothy
Beverly.
Burrett. I took my regular spot.
Beverly Oz.
I said Linda.
Okay. All right. So then, did everyone have a chance to read the December 25 and January 26 minutes? We had canceled a meeting where we were going to approve those minutes.
Yes. Yes, I did not attend January.
Okay, so you can't approve.
I can't approve. I can approve December though,
Yes.
because I wrote them.
Okay.
So we do two different votes.
Yes. So do we want to take a vote on approving the December minutes?
I so moved, so I second it.
Okay. Does everyone want to approve the minutes?
All in favor?
All
Aye.
in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, that passes. Do we want to approve the January minutes?
I make
All in
motion
favor?
that we approve them.
I'll make a motion that we approve this January minute.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
All opposed?
Who abstained?
I abstain.
Okay,
And I needed actually to abstain from the December minutes, since I wasn't on.
So
I did read them and I.
So she
I
can't
think I
second it
filled
then.
in- I think that,
Okay, I don't know.
Pardon?
Can she second it if she wasn't? You know Robert's rules better than I do, way better.
She can't vote on them.
yeah, I can't.
Okay,
So is,
I suggest we start again.
okay.
Let's just start again.
tonight, is Mary Beth Dyer on? It looks like.
She said she might join
Yeah,
us.
she
Well,
said
it looks
she,
like her iPhone's here, so,
okay,
Yeah,
if-
I'm on.
Okay.
okay, so
Mary Beth.
if Mary Beth votes, then you have enough people.
Well, we have a quorum anyway.
there's five of us.
Oh, I thought.
No, we have a quorum.
And
No,
as long as there's a quorum here, I think.
Okay,
who
yeah.
present can vote on it.
But we gotta start again.
All right. So we're going to vote on acceptance of the January 2025 minutes. So-
December
December.
2025.
December, I'm sorry.
I move that we accept them.
Okay.
I'll
All in
second.
favor?
I'll second it and I'll say aye. Mary Beth, were you here?
Yes,
Yeah,
Do you vote to approve them?
yes.
okay, so all in favor, Mary Beth included,
And Elaine abstains.
who's saying,
December, she isn't here.
four in favor?
Oh, Mary Beth, you weren't here in December.
Oh, shoot, I thought you were talking about the January ones.
No,
No,
okay.
So, and
I'm only going by. No, go by the minutes.
okay,
We have two abstains
there's two abstains.
and four yeses.
Four yes.
Yes.
So that passes.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone in favor of accepting the January minutes?
But did we motion them? We're all set with that?
Motion to accept the January minutes.
I got you too.
You got us? Okay. And who would
I abstain.
So I vote yes.
I vote
Aye.
yes.
Yeah. Mary Beth, yes. Carol?
Aye.
Okay, so the motion passes.
with one abstention.
with one abstention.
We're good, I think.
So we're good on those.
Yeah.
I will send them to the town.
Yeah, and they will be sent to the town. Excellent.
Thank you.
Your update? You're on, Dorothy.
Yep. So, I think everybody has a copy of my report. February
Yeah.
versus last year to 2026. About an 8% increase in total duplicated counts. Fitness, about a 4% increase. Increase of 64% in meals and transportation.
We don't have.
I don't think we have a
Nope.
copy of Dorothy.
I don't have a-
No, I have.
Oh,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
for the budget.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I sent that to Monica. My fault. I will send this to you guys.
Okay, so we'll just pay
Yeah,
attention.
we'll just listen.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing every month. I mean, honestly, February was sort of a wash anyway because of the storm. So everything is really skewed. So I'm not sure, how great it is to report, but we do this every month. So I always want to provide some kind of statistics. So
Yeah.
I'll start from the top. Summary, we were about an 8% increase in duplicated counts in total services. Fitness was about a 4% increase. Food security was a 64% increase, and that is due to the fact that during the storm, we actually served meals at the senior center because we were a warming center the whole week. And then we also had the opportunity to deliver meals to Meals on Wheels clients because Elder Services was unable to do so. So we were pretty happy that we were able to do that, which was really great. So that's part of the increase there. And then medical transportation, not a surprise. We had a decrease of 6% because we had to cancel so many rides in the month of February because of the storm.
I would have thought it would have been a greater decrease because of the storm.
Yeah. It just depends on the week, right?
Yeah.
So, and as I said, we were open as a warming center. I think everybody knew that. And thank you to those that did volunteer and support us that week. The staff was amazing. Everybody came in. We rotated shifts, and it meant a lot to people. A warm cup of coffee, a working bathroom, right? These little things we take for granted on a daily basis. So it worked out really well. So I was pretty happy about that. And, all the departments were great, especially police, just in communication. So it was a rough month, but we got through.
I would like to, Dorothy, for just a second, I did 3 8-hour shifts at the library that week.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, 12-hour shifts at the library that week. And it was really helpful for us to be able to tell people when the parking lot was full and there wasn't room for anybody else to park, that they could come over here. It made a huge
Awesome.
difference.
Thank
So,
you. Yeah, people seemed really happy to be there. So it was a win-win for everybody. Thanks, Elaine. And I know a lot of people wanted to come to the senior center and volunteer, but the staff was willing to come in. So we were really covered twofold. And, they did have a police officer there for safety reasons. And yeah, so it just worked out. And I know the library was jamming as well. And I did hear an update yesterday. That was one thing I'll touch upon now is Rich Bienvenu presented yesterday at our Lunch with Friends. Thank you for those that did attend. It was very helpful and supportive. But he did mention that the high school issue has been fixed and it was a connection problem. So I just want to make sure everybody does know that the generator, everything will work now, the heating system. There was just some kind of electrical, it just wasn't connected. So that it was a pretty simple, tongue-in-cheek fix. So that is all set. It did not cost the town any money. It was part of the punch list because it's still an open construction project. The other couple things I want to talk about is I was asked to present at the Elder Services Age Tech Conference a couple weeks ago, which was the first time they had done it. It was quite successful. They had a speaker from Senior Planet, AARP, Older Adults in Technology. So he was there presenting, and then they had a few of us from the community. There was someone from Elder Services, the COA, and a couple people from the state, just talking about technology and, how it relates to seniors and kind of what we're doing and how we're all collaborating together. So it was quite successful. And I felt really happy that we were asked to represent the Council on Aging. So that was really great.
Nice,
The other thing,
nice.
yeah, the other thing I want to note is there is next week on Wednesday, April 1st. I know Bev's signed up for the Civics Academy through the town. Is everybody familiar with that?
Yes.
So I'll just brief summary. Each town is presenting at this academy. It was by RSVP. I think there's 12 people in the class, and each session you learn about each department in the town. So the Council on Aging, the library, and beaches and rec, because we're all part of the social services umbrella, will all be presenting next Wednesday, April 1st, from 5:30 to 7:30 at the library. And I know that Deb Abbott will speak a bit on the behalf of the Friends, and Karen's going to come and speak a little bit on behalf of our Friends. So just a little quick blurb. I do have a presentation. Again, it's not open to everyone to attend. I just wanted to let you guys know that we are being represented, and we've got a seat at the table here. So that's great.
Right.
Yeah, and then an update on the town budget. There will be an override on the warrant. Rich spoke about that yesterday for those that were in attendance, to continue the positions that we did request. That is John. So, as long as it passes at town meeting and then gets voted on, we should be all set. So please, spread the
Right.
word. Yeah, Cheryl.
How can we help at town meeting? Should we wait to see if anybody objects and then get up, or do we get up prior to the vote? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you foresee being helpful?
That's a great question.
You can think about it and let us know, because
Yeah, I think if everybody can attend, that would be hugely successful, and bring friends and tell them to bring friends. The more constituents we have there, the better off we're going to be, because it is, obviously a vote. Let me think about, if we should speak about it, or if it's more of like if there are questions about it. It's short dollars for all the services. I think, do you remember? It was I think it was $36 extra.
yeah, 37. What I'm concerned about is the other override. Is that probably going first on the warrant?
I see what you're saying. I haven't seen the warrant.
So my concern is if the 400, I'm rounding it off, if the
Yeah.
$450 override will be contentious. I know
Right.
37 isn't a lot of money, but people could just be pissed off.
Mm-hmm. I
So
mean, the higher sum is probably first. You're probably right. Let's when the warrant comes out, let's come up with a strategy.
Yeah.
How does that
I
sound,
just
everybody?
think it would be helpful to have a few of us in the, on deck. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Prepared.
Absolutely.
If
Yeah,
needed,
no.
you'd be answering the questions, but if we need, because I would be going, as citizens, it's always helpful to have Mary Jane from, Eastham, I use this, blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Right, right. If we had some people actually speaking to the services that they've,
Yeah.
yeah, gotcha.
So I just think
Yeah.
we shouldn't take it for granted.
And
Yeah.
we do have to keep in mind that seniors are the largest percentage population wise of
Right.
people in town. And so that if we do get up and remind everybody in the audience that
Right.
this is serving all of you, of most of you, are able
Yeah.
to take advantage of the services that we're talking about and what we provide.
Yeah.
Well, the sad reality is at town meeting, the majority of people who go to town meeting are older. We don't have, I agree with you.
Yeah,
The families don't always find themselves at town meeting.
right.
Some do, but
Yeah.
if you were to count off in the room.
I'm just saying our constituency is
Yes,
at town meeting. And so maybe we want to just stand outside and say, you know, please support us.
oh, we could do that. Let's think about it, Dor, let's think about it.
Yeah, let's think about it. And maybe a proactive approach, maybe even speaking to people, like you said, as they come in, and then maybe I just come up with a blanketed statement on behalf of the group, and say that.
Yeah.
When is town meeting?
The first
May
Monday in
4th.
May.
Or
May 4th,
So it's
yeah.
too late for the news. Too late to put something in the news.
I don't know if we can.
No, I mean, we can do it for May, June. I'm just not sure, like, honestly, what we can say and not say.
Right.
Just maybe be aware, or I don't.
Well, just
I don't know what
it's the whole, like you do anyways. We have town meeting, there's important stuff. Like you said yesterday, I thought was great, Dorothy. We can give you a ride to town meeting. We can give you a ride.
yeah, right. We may want to post things like that on Facebook and perhaps,
Yeah,
and perhaps include, and also remember,
Yes.
and also for your info, we have this ask,
we can post anything as an individual on Facebook.
right?
Couldn't we in the
Yeah, I mean-
newsletter say issues that will directly affect seniors include a vote on blah, blah, blah? Just informative, not telling them which way to vote? I don't know
Yes,
whether it's
I mean,
ethical or not.
I'll talk to Rich about, what I can kind of put in black and white, but what I'm thinking is, the override is going to impact the senior center, and kind of explain that, it's the hybrid program coordinators for the Council on Aging. And it's important to attend town meeting, right? Not
Yeah.
vote yes, because I don't think we can do that, right? Just sort of,
Information.
just the informational piece. So yes, we can do that. Providing the newsletter gets to people by the 4th, you know what I mean? But we can do some targeted e-blasts or social media posts. We'll kind of see where we land.
Another option, Dorothy, it's Karen, I'm over here in attendance. Another thing is to put testimonials out from people who have used the services of John. There are many people that I know that have mentioned to me about, he came to my house, he got my computer fixed, he helped me with my phone, he hooked up my hybrid, those kind of testimonials, and then say, this is what we're voting on. Something like that. It's not a direct campaign, but it's an indirect saying, showing the people that are impacted by the program.
Right.
So I think we all just agree we won't take it for granted and we'll come up with a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. So to be continued. I really want to see that warrant. I forget when the warrant comes out. And I might be able to get just find out the order of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll do a little digging around and see what information I can obtain sooner rather than later, and then we can come up with a strategy. Thank you, Cheryl. That's a great idea.
The warrant has probably already gone to printing, right?
No. Not yet.
Didn't we have to have our,
Yeah, I think it did go to print.
You think it went to print it? Cause
I
usually
don't
there's a
think so.
draft warrant.
Maybe. I'm trying to remember the timing on everything.
Well, I guess May 4th is closer than I realized.
I know.
It's very soon. I mean, it's April next week, which is crazy. So,
The
let's-
warrant a while before.
so
Yeah,
I
just
will,
let us,
I will let everybody know. And certainly we, can still have time. When's our next meeting? It's a couple weeks before, right? So we could even It's April 23rd, so we could even come up with the strategy then, but I think we should, have some conversations. Bev and I will have some conversations, and Cheryl, regarding this.
Yeah, I think we should keep it small for now and then lay it out.
Yep, we'll lay it
Yeah,
out
so we
and then
could
we can
meet with
come up-
you and we'll figure it out.
Yeah. And then we can present to everybody else on the 23rd, and then we'll kind of go from
That
there.
makes
Does
sense.
that make sense for everybody?
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
okay.
That
Perfect.
sounds good.
Okay, and on the budget note, I did give you guys a proposed plan for the Friends for
Yeah.
fiscal year 27.
And that looks just flat to me. Is it flat? For the Friends, from the Friends?
Yes, pretty much, very much the same-ish, within a few dollars. So, there was nothing major that changed. I tried to update it accordingly to kind of actuals, right? And then I think I changed the extended fitness hours to 10 people per class, because we're just not hitting that 15 mark. And I'd like to continue it. I feel like we haven't given it a fair shake, like I think I'd like to continue it into the fall. We're going to pause for summer on it. I don't think it makes sense to do it in the summer. People are busy and have family, and it's nice out. Like
Right.
part of this is getting people out and active, right? If they're working or, whatever might be going on. So that was one thing. And then let's see. Yeah.
Dorothy, quick question.
Say it again.
Is summer July and August or June, July and August?
So for May and June,
It's mid-June.
I'm not going to do exercise classes. I'm working with a volunteer to do a movie, a screenings and a Q&A. So I'm working on that as opposed to having fitness classes.
For evenings.
For evenings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So part of May and part of June will be that, but in terms of exercise, after this month in April, we won't do evening exercise anymore.
Okay.
Great.
So that was kind of it for me. I know you guys are just getting that budget now, but again, it's pretty similar to last year. So I'm not sure if you want a little more time to look at it, or if you have questions, and if you think of questions after, certainly. I think the goal was to have this sort of blessed by everyone so that the Friends can vote on it on their next meeting in April.
Which is in April. But basically what you're saying, I didn't look at every detail of that.
Yeah.
There's no changes up or down. It's basically moving forward.
Pretty much.
It's basically
Obviously,
carrying over the same budget, right?
yeah, and obviously the big thing is John's position is out of there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's, which we discussed. But yes,
Yeah.
so that's pretty much it.
Has there been any chat? Like what if, like the worst case scenario?
I think that the Friends are always very supportive, and if we went to them, in terms of John's position, you mean?
Yeah.
No, we haven't. I want to see what happens.
Right.
We can what if everything, right? But I think we'll just kind of go from there. There might be other ways to work this out. So I'm going to leave it at that. And
Yeah.
if we need to address it, and if it's something we need to talk with the Friends about, maybe there's some things we can cut, I'm not sure. Or maybe we can do a fundraiser, lots of different possibilities. So I think until we know,
Right.
I think we just, kind of put a pause on it. and then come up with a plan if we need to, which would still
Right.
give us enough time before the new fiscal year.
Dorothy, this is Linda, and I'm sorry I don't know this. John's position is 20 hours per week?
So it's 19 per week, and then he's allowed to drive 1 hour a week.
Okay. And there's
It's-
okay, so just so I can put that in the minutes, because
Yeah.
maybe everybody else knew that, but I wasn't certain
Yeah, so
exactly.
the hybrid position, I would just leave it at 19 hours, Linda, because
Okay, leave the driving out. Perfect, thank you.
yeah, I mean if he drives, it's out of a different fund. It's through the formula grant through executive office. So, I would just say 19 hours is
Okay, perfect, thank you.
And just the one thing that Rich said yesterday, that's a good point, is it's gonna require 2 votes. One at the town meeting,
yes.
and then the following week, we all gotta bring ourselves here to vote.
Right,
It gets to vote on the election.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
town election, and then whatever we pass for overrides, we vote on.
yeah.
So it's a 2-part vote.
Who's we?
The town.
Citizens.
The people of the
Citizens,
town.
the people. Oh,
Us. Yeah.
There's a vote at town meeting and then there's a special election.
oh, a ballot thing,
A
okay.
ballot.
Okay.
So it's a 2-part.
Yeah,
Okay,
So-
I'm still
so
looking
you
at
I'll
Yeah,
that
also,
thing.
I'll also
Absolutely.
make sure that that's very clear in our newsletter as well.
Did you say we have to pass the override and what?
we have to pass the override at town meeting,
Right.
and then don't we pass the funding?
Yes, here, at the vote.
Still.
Yeah,
2 parts.
okay, is that it, Dorothy?
That's it on my end, unless anybody has any other questions. And are you guys okay with this budget? I don't know that we have to officially vote it in. I don't believe that that's a requirement, but I just want to kind of get everybody's
No, I think-
blessing and
Yeah, we don't officially have authority to vote it.
Yeah, I think we just look it over and if we have questions.
We just give you feedback, right?
yeah. And if you have any questions, please just shoot me an email, Bev and I. And yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Well, grateful that it's level funded.
I thought it looked very good, and I want to thank the Friends for their continued support. What they do for us is wonderful, and I don't think we could function.
Oh, we
could-
wouldn't
No,
function the same
could
way.
not.
So everything they do is really deeply appreciated by everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, it
So,
really is.
I want to comment on the warming center being open. It was wonderful. And they were, Monica came in and opened it up and got coffee ready for everybody. And so it was all set up, and then Dorothy came in and everyone thinks that she baked cornbread from scratch, and then telling me how wonderful the homemade cornbread was. And I just said, I hear it was delicious.
Yes,
I didn't say.
no comment.
It was, she took her little homemade hands and took it from the freezer. I just said it was fabulous, wasn't it?
Doesn't matter where it came from, it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Dave and I were there 2 days and people were so grateful. And what I thought was really wonderful about having it at the COA was we had different, like, I don't know, scenarios or something. But in the library, people could go there, be quiet, read, relax, kind of just be by themselves. In the large room, people were plugging in. Some people had tables where they were having conversations,
Mm-hmm.
meeting some new people. Downstairs, there were puzzles going on. There was some talk and stuff down there. So we had different spaces for people to be able to do different things. And I think that that was an advantage of using the COA over the library.
Well,
Because the library has pretty much the same type of space. But I thought it was nice that
except that we did have rooms that
Yeah.
were, conference rooms that were just people working. We had a room that was just for the kids to hang out and play in. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, people did get to spread out.
Mm-hmm.
And, the thing is that I was astounded at how many people actually did come in to work.
yeah,
Um,
there was
you know,
so many people.
Scott Carey's whole office was in there processing insurance claims, because they didn't have power or internet.
Right. And you have those nice little rooms where they.
Oh, so the town workers were here, were
So,
there.
you know, just,
Yeah,
it was pretty remarkable.
yeah, the COA was really wonderful and people appreciated, like having the big comfortable chairs, but.
No, that's great.
But it was really nice and there were, people were working really, really well together to get everything all set. So that was great. We need to, it is my understanding that everyone who is an officer is willing to stay for the next term. I hope that is still, for the next year, that I hope that's still the case, but we need to vote on that, and I think we should do that next month, not this
When there's-
month, where there's only.
Thought it was usually done in June.
Well, yeah, but I just wanted to say that I still have that in mind. We can do that in June.
Right, okay.
I would like to figure out, I've accomplished most of what I generally had in mind for us to do. And I would like to think of, are there more projects and things that we would like to do? If anybody has something in mind that they think would be a nice idea, something that would be a nice project for us to embark on, something that would be beneficial, that's not going to interfere with what Dorothy wants to do. I would like to hear about it, and so that we could figure out what is going to be on our agenda for next year.
The long-term goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, what would be a nice thing to do? Do we want to say, get some updated books in the library for people? Do we want to advertise that availability more? I realize that there are a lot of people going in and borrowing books. Do we want to,
From our library downstairs?
from the library at the COA?
Okay.
Do we want to see if we can have a little book drive maybe and ask people to bring in, like clean out their shelves and bring in more updated books, or like just any little thing that might make that a better place for our seniors that's not.
Do people use that a lot? I mean, I borrowed a book or two and then brought it back, but do you see that as a big draw? Do people know that they can borrow books?
They do know that they can borrow books, at least the people that come in,
Where is in the library?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bookshelf along the back
Yeah.
wall, backing up to Cindy's office.
There's puzzles there, there's
Yeah.
books.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's probably not not a huge draw like the library, but like Monica said, the people that know about it definitely utilize it.
right. That was just something that occurred off the top of my head that might be something worthwhile and could help out some people to bring in some newer. I was just looking at a pile of books like this that I don't have any place to put, that I could probably clean out some more books at my house and bring them in, and maybe other people are in the same thing and we could do that, just refresh that a little bit. Or any other, you know, things, little projects like that that could just help out a bit and make it just a little bit better for people.
We could have like a current book section,
Yeah.
you know, where people
Nice.
bring in bestsellers or new ones and just swap in and out.
Yeah. Cause I've had that, the book club that I started there has been going pretty well.
Yeah.
So then, you know, more people are coming in with books and I could just even ask them if they would like to come in. One thing I've been
We
doing is. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I just was going to say we just don't want to be flooded because that sometimes happens. We love all the donations, but sometimes we're overwhelmed by donations. So,
But we wouldn't want you guys to handle it. I mean, I would think that would be more of a board project.
okay,
I
cool.
want something that the board would do, not.
Well, we could
I don't
also,
have a project for you. I want a project for us.
because we don't want to compete with the library, we could also bring what we don't want to the library friends sales.
Right.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Just take out.
there wouldn't be like 6 boxes in the basement here. We take
Yeah.
them over to Debbie Abbott.
Yeah, we'll make it Debbie's problem.
Yeah.
And if people have books, I volunteer at Joan of Arc thrift shop and we have people buy books can't beat a book for 50 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I'm
so
more than
then,
willing to take care of your books too.
Yeah. And then at our last, I think it was our last meeting, it's kind of hard to remember. Paula brought up about people who are hesitant to go to the hospital because they have an animal at home and they don't know who will be taking care of the animal. So Cheryl and I, as a first step, went to the EDOA. It's hard to remember all the acronyms. And I was really kind of hoping that they would be like, oh, what a great project for us. And they didn't really say that. But they were helpful in giving me some ideas about where we might go. And I've spoken with Elaine earlier just about how maybe she could help us on this too, because I'm a little overwhelmed right now. And they suggested that we learned that the animal shelter in Brewster has a fostering program and they will take in an animal. You need to contact them in advance and they need to have space. But they will take in an animal for free. So that if somebody has to be hospitalized or in a rest home for a certain period, they will take the animal for a period of time at no cost, which is great to know. So we need to talk with the
foster coordinator.
the foster coordinator there. We need to talk with Emily Dykstra, who is the animal officer in town. And we need to talk with the fire department, who does the ambulance stuff.
But you don't know when you're gonna have a heart attack.
Well, that's why you need to talk with the animal officer and the fire department. For to find out what information they have and what resources they may know of. So we need to talk with those people and see what resources they have, what knowledge they have, and how we can put it all together.
And factually, how much, is it really a couple of people a year? Or is this really happening? How anecdotal is this? So in
Yeah.
talking with him, it became clear that we needed to get a little more fact-based
Right.
information.
And I didn't know that. I felt kind of caught.
Yeah,
I should have known that before I went in and I felt a little silly.
I mean, I did this for a friend of mine who called me to say, I think I need to go to the hospital. Can you come and take care, can you get the dog to the kennel? Okay, and it turned into a full day project for me because the EMTs came and got her and took her to the hospital. The dog was not gonna come near me. Okay, and not that, I mean, it was just a little dog and just wanted to hide behind things. I had to really, and I ended up calling a friend of my son's who works at the vet in Orleans, who came in, actually, the two of us together managed to get the dog and bring it to the kennel. We had already called Nauset Pet Services, whatever they're now called, and they were expecting the dog. Knew the dog had all its shots, because those kinds of things are also important if anybody is gonna take in the dog. And we brought it over there and that was fine, but it's.
But somebody also has to have the resource
It's,
to be able to board it there.
Right, although I don't know if anybody's talked to them about, in an emergency situation, would you take a dog? Or,
Yes, you'd have to have all of the.
They might be willing to do
Right.
that,
and I didn't feel like the dog association, they had talked about it the impression I got is they had talked about it in the past. But there are a lot of questions about liability for an organization, liability for the individual. How do you get permission, going in somebody's house, liability of taking somebody's pet? So they're definitely interested, and I think maybe they might have some money, but they weren't going to,
we'll take.
they wanted whoever to take. It falls on us. But one thing we did come up with that would be really little cost, that I think is something we could do at the senior center is, and some people have them already, is they have pet file of life.
Right.
And if we even just came up with a way to develop, and they're all online and everything, but to help our seniors have a file of life
For their pet.
for their pets.
So that
So,
they needed-
and we also work with them to think about it ahead of time.
Right.
So when emergency comes in and they see your file of life, they see Janie's file of life.
Hmm.
And it will say this or that. So I think how we could be more helpful is helping people think about it, having information already, giving them, we talked about a resource sheet. So
I
it
think-
isn't that we'd actually even
Right,
be
so, and I think if
grabbing the
we
dog.
started with that and we had that information, then you could go to other organizations and say,
Right.
you know, we have this program now where we have the documentation on people's pets and we know what they might need or, you know, and then it relieves them of some of the liability for sure.
So this, I don't have dogs, I have cats.
Well,
So-
it'd be for cats
But,
too.
but,
We
but,
don't
but cats are easy.
discriminate.
You can have somebody put some food down for them.
Yeah.
So this file has the shots, who the contact person is that would babysit your pet. What does it have?
It's just, we can either design it ourselves or use one that's already made. It's gonna just be all your necessary information.
Okay.
Well, I think that's a great idea. And I'm happy to work with you or
Hmm.
anybody on that.
Karen?
I think they are on a very good idea here, and I can see how complex it is, but I would think that the Friends would want to support this because it is a worry that seniors have when they need to go to the hospital. So I think you could keep us in mind as a funding source
Okay.
for a program like this, either to supplement the animal group or and Dorothy always knows if she had a situation come up and she came to me and said, we need to send so-and-so's dog to Nauset.
Yeah.
Whatever timeframe,
Mhm.
Dorothy and I would make sure it got covered.
Mhm.
But if it becomes a more formal program, then it'll become a line item in her budget.
Yeah.
So I'm just offering that up. I think you're on a really good idea here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so you have our support.
Thank you.
I think the proactive approach is great. I think, we can list resources like we do snowplows, right? And caveat it and say that,
Right.
this is all
Right.
a private list. But Cheryl, do you know who does like the pet file of life? Is it only online? Is there any organization that's doing that? Because that would be a great workshop to do.
I
at
just
the
Googled it.
Safeway.
I
Okay.
just Googled it and there was a lot of choices.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I didn't go much further than that.
Yeah, I wonder if our animal
Well, like the
resources
dog officer, the animal officer might know, and I think it might
That's
be a
what I-
nice fall event. I don't think we should rush through it. Maybe in the fall, we get the dog officer, even somebody from an ambulance and,
So Cheryl
Yeah.
maintains the file. Is it just a file cabinet that we keep or?
but we don't keep
No.
any of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we want to get in the middle.
No,
No.
that's why I was worried.
You know how they have file of life for human beings and you put them on your refrigerator?
It's like a
Okay,
red
yeah.
card.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Okay, so it's just something on your fridge.
It's on your refrigerator. Whoever comes into your house knows that's your instructions.
Okay, I
Just
thought-
like how some people have stickers outside their house,
Yeah,
cat inside, dog inside,
okay.
to let you know
Misunderstood.
you got, there's a fire going on.
That's
The
great.
EDOA runs the Bow Wow Bash. I used to run it for them, and that's held in late May and in early fall. The dates, like the last date dogs can be on the beaches and the first date they
Right.
can be back. And so if we had something prepared
For that.
in that time, like say in the fall
The fall.
or next spring, we could go to the EDOA. They have to have legally, a 501c3 has to have some kind of educational proponent
Okay,
of an event that they run.
right.
So they have this event for dog owners and it's typically jammed. I don't know if you guys have been to it, but it's really fun.
I'm sure it was really.
And so we could, if we had something, we could roll it out at that point.
Yeah,
Say, have the cards there, explain what they do, give them
and
to
then
people.
do something at the senior
And we
center.
also have them available at the senior center and give them out at that point.
Um,
Oh, and I have approached seeing another topic. I'll be real helpful. I sent an email to the Eastham Part-Time Residents Association to see if we could be at one of their next meetings to, just be at a table so that we could give out information on who we are and what we do.
Yeah,
They are, they're being fairly contentious. At the guy who's the head of that association, Tom McNamara, is starting, he's sending out contentious emails and he's being very, I don't wanna say pissy, but he's causing contention between part-timers and
It's
full,
about the tax thing.
about the tax thing.
That, I could see that.
And
They covered that at their last annual meeting last year, so
Yes.
hopefully
So
they'll be
what I-
doing something different.
it makes me nervous that it's going to affect the relationship between the Council on Aging and part-time residents. So kind of on my own, I don't think I talked to Dorothy about this, which I should have, because I don't like to do things that I don't tell Dorothy. I don't want to do anything ever behind her back or something that she doesn't like or want me to do. But I did send an email and I figured that they would say no anyway. But I said that we would like to be represented somehow at their next meeting, if
Mm.
possible, just with perhaps a table, letting people know what we do, that our doors are always open to the part-time residents, that we would love to have them come to our classes, etc.
Mhm.
But I haven't heard anything.
So I'm in pretty close contact with the person who organizes their meeting.
Oh, cool.
It's on June 27th,
Mm-hmm.
and
They do two over the summer, right?
Dorothy, I
so
hope you're not
their
upset
their
about
big
that.
annual meeting is June
No,
20th.
we had talked, you and I had talked briefly about doing some kind of partnership or, going to one of their meetings or something like that. So yeah, no, I
Okay.
mean, I certainly want a relationship with them, but I don't want to force things, right? Like if
Right. No, I just did a very
doesn't work,
pleasant.
it's okay,
Yeah, I had no snark.
They also do a newsletter and they might be willing to have us put a little
Yeah.
something in their newsletter.
Yeah, because we had some correspondence about, are we reaching out to, and yeah, I think you and I had talked about, are we reaching out to all of their, why aren't we serving all of the elderly in town?
Don't they get, don't they get them, then?
Yeah, they get all of our mailings and everything, so,
We have
Yeah.
part-time students that participate remotely in our programs, exercise programs, there
Yeah.
are people.
especially Jim's classes. There's quite a few people that are doing it.
Like,
That's
I know
great to know.
Last year at their meeting, Joan had a pantry table
yeah.
out in the lobby there, and they might be willing to let us have.
So I just-
people with-
I just thought it would be nice to try and see if we could get a table or some kind of.
Yeah, they
uh,
might give us 5 minutes on the agenda.
Yeah, just some kind of present so that people know that
Yeah.
we welcome them at everything that we do. And we would like them to be part of the COA as much as possible.
I mean, hit class
I think the.
attendance blows up in the summer.
Talk, because I've met a lot of people in the exercise program that are part-timers, because they do come and talk about the tax thing. So I know. there are people that are
don't think they're
participants, but-
aware that Eastham is not the only town that does that.
Right, you're right, Bev.
Tom
I heard a
makes
lot
it very
yesterday.
personal in what he does,
It's too bad.
and it's with one of the towns with the lowest rates. Chatham wanted to start at 35.
Yeah, the numbers were tiny. And the difference of
It can go to 35, I think.
It can go to
3% or something.
We're at 3%.
Okay, so and the Citizens Academy,
It's nothing.
Dave and I
Oh,
have been.
so we're done about the dog thing right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else about the dog thing? I'm sorry.
So could you contact me? Because I like to be helpful on this pet thing. Okay,
and hopefully Paula can,
yeah, we'll figure it out.
okay. Thank you. You guys
We'll
agree?
take it off your plate for now. Contact me.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
Okay,
some stuff. Awesome. So that is it for me. Karen, do you have a quick update?
The only couple things,
Dorothy has to Dorothy had to get out. She has a
Yeah.
medical appointment for her son, so
That's okay.
you can stand up and get closer if you'd like.
That's okay. I'll just read from here. This is a communication from Rachel Butler, who is working
Yep.
on the 580 Massasoit Thrift Shop. The town did receive a seasonal communities designation grant. I don't know if you're already aware of that, but that grant has come through. And they were doing another walkthrough again with the architects. Again, this grant would be
Current
for
thrift store?
the thrift
current-
shop, for
the
the
current-
580 Massasoit Road. So this grant would cover the architectural and design planning phase. So they did get this grant. They were gonna do another walkthrough. Again, the timeline is still unknown to us for the thrift shop. Thrift shop continues to bring in about the same revenue as we have year to year, usually around 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at your request. You can see that we supplemented that for the budget, for Dorothy's budget, with donations, which have been increasing over the last 2 years. We've done a lot more outreach. We've gone to a lot more community events. That's wonderful. Dorothy's been putting things in the newsletter, every single newsletter. So we're getting more memberships. They drift in. And yet it still amazes me when I meet people who have been residents of town for 20 or 30 years and they don't even know where the COA is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're gonna continue to work on improving our visibility, again, continue to improve on outreach. Because it is making a difference. It's bringing funds in to support the program. I think your idea about the animal security, I would call it, is a component of senior security. I love that idea.
Thank you.
So, I think that's a good one to go forward. The only other thing I can say is I get a lot of people who come to me and ask for things. And I usually refer them to Dorothy. There are folks that want to have things like like a movie group, like you do your book group. There are people that come to me and they want to go to theater, they want to go to symphonies. Dorothy and I keep directing them to Nauset newcomers and those things, but they still come. Yesterday at lunch, I heard all about the travel and trips that the COA used to do in Eastham.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heard that from Dave Root and from, I think of the other person, can't remember the couple's name, but they're in the 90s.
And Karen, those are
People
things
were
that,
commenting on what the fun things they used to do. So I just bring them to you. I don't have the answer. I know there's Nauset newcomers, but not everywhere. But
yeah, and those are things that we have discussed. And there is somebody who was working on putting together a group, to go to theaters.
great. Yeah,
She was working on that. I'm not sure. I could check with her and see where that stands.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
showed up on a Saturday morning with her idea. She came with it and I said, no, I'm not the right person. We're just the funding source. Dorothy's the person to take it to.
I'm surprised that she only showed up once.
Yeah, I'm working with this person. The idea was to go to the academy. I've yet to hear back from them. I'll reach out to them again. The issue with the academy is they are not accessible.
I was gonna say, that's not a old person's place.
And also getting the van
It
up that hill is kind of difficult. So I don't know that I love it because it's a local theater and they do great shows. But I'm not sure that's going to be the right place for us because of the parking and accessibility.
Yeah. But we've tossed around a lot of ideas and
Yes.
things we're looking to do. But it's just, it takes a little bit of time. Like we've talked about movies. Yeah, I think the last February, I think knocked a lot of stuff out of our,
Yeah, just not just all on our behind.
yeah, actually, me literally.
Well, I've offered to meet with the person, Danya Steele, who brought the movie idea. I'm gonna meet with her and a couple of our friends boards to see, because I'm not exactly sure what she's asking for. She may be just asking for, gee, I'd really like to meet a few friends who would like to go to the movies with me. May not have to involve the senior center at all.
Right.
It may be that she's just trying to connect with others who have the same passion as her. So we're gonna meet just to figure out what is she really asking for? Is she really asking for Dorothy to coordinate something, which is hard with movies, because movies come and go. You might not like the same genre, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna meet with her just to see what is she asking for.
Sounds like
I
she
mean, maybe
wants.
even that the movie club we're gonna do in the evenings might be a good sort of
That might be
place
starting.
for her to meet
Yeah.
people, you know? So maybe that's the first step, right?
Well, we have talked about even getting a group together to go over to the Wellfleet Cinema
Yeah.
to see a movie after a lunch.
Yes, I think that's a great idea, but
You know, it's just a matter of, I think it's just a matter of having the time and sit down and figure it out.
And those bus trips used to be run by companies.
that's what.
Yeah, what was that company that we spoke of?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
But they now just do big things and you gotta drive to them. But back in the day, like way back, like I would go with
Like
my
before-
parents. We'd go, way even before that, we would go to the senior center and there'd be a bus there. And we'd all fill the bus and be taken to the symphony and some of that. But the senior center wasn't, or all they did is put the flyers up and everything.
Right,
So
There was no burden.
it wasn't their project.
It wasn't, and they were doing this through all the senior centers on the Cape.
Right.
And it was great. You'd go all these things, ball games, but that doesn't exist anymore. So
But-
this person,
But could it, if it didn't involve Dorothy, because she has limited staff, I recognize that, but suppose, just think if there was a way where maybe the friends purchased the transportation piece. They hired the bus or the van, and it is flyers and people self.
but you have to organize it. Somebody has to go buy the 50 tickets, groups that think ahead. So it'd be like contacting a company to say, would you do this for us?
Yeah.
Dorothy, isn't this something that Russ Molick used to do, as a Friends board member, and it would be like a fundraiser type of thing for the Friends?
Yeah, so we used to do it through Fantastic Tours, and it was a fundraiser for the Friends. I'm not sure if they still offer that type of service, but I know that they still do, but it's bigger trips off Cape that they do. I think we were talking more of like a localized. Am I hearing that correctly? Because so I haven't reached out to them yet. But
Have
we
you
can
seen their
certainly-
brochure? They are so busy and so full. Fantastic tours. I mean,
So it still exists.
oh, it's, that
yeah,
company exists.
They just, I didn't know them to do, like Cheryl, you were saying, like the local trips. I knew them to always sort of do those big ones off Cape and you.
No,
meet
they're
up-
off Cape trips. Yeah, they're off Cape
Oh,
trips.
okay. Yeah, so they're still doing that. I'm not sure if they're still doing it, offering it as like a fundraiser, but we can certainly do that. And/or, I mean, maybe it just doesn't need to be. If they offer the fundraiser, great. But if they don't, it's just an offering, right? People can sign up. We could possibly offer a ride to and from, the Patriots Place Plaza, something like that.
Yeah,
So, but I think there's also so many groups, that are doing fun things. It's just connecting the person to that,
People, right.
right? Because
Right.
things do
Yeah.
exist, things are happening. And it's just finding those group of friends or, peers that you have similar interests with. So,
Mhm.
so maybe it's just starting that. Maybe, like I said, maybe May, June, that'll draw in some movie buffs, right, for that evening
Yes.
program. And/or, maybe we just start, like a group, right, at the senior center. We connect them and they can figure out what they want to do.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think, just finding the people sometimes is half the battle, to find similar interests. So maybe we just start there, Maybe we start the theater and movie groups.
I think
Or-
that's a great start.
That's a good first start. And then let's see how much interest there is. There, in theory, there should be more than one person, right, that's interested in this. So, well, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So, and if you're
Right.
not finding those people, then let's find them and put them together. And that's kind of what we do, right? We make these social connections. So, I'm going to propose that. I think that's a great first step, a first start. May, June, the newsletter. I'll just put something in there. If you're interested, please contact us. And or if I can find a space and a time, maybe I'll just say, this is when they're meeting, come meet up. I mean, that's what I did for, a woman called me about knitting. They wanted to start a knitters group. So I said, all right, well, does this work for you? She said, yep. So we started it and people just come. So maybe we just throw it out there and see, who shows up. And then these two people that are very interested, they can kind of be the liaison, right? They can be sort of the group leader and kind of organize people and speak with me about, is there something they do want to do? How can we help facilitate?
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think sometimes those spinning our wheels for something that may or may not happen is not really a great use of time. So let's find the people first, the group of people that want to go, not the first, just the one person, and then go from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan for me.
Yeah, sounds really,
Karen, does that?
sounds perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think a lot of things can self-organize,
Right.
and then it's
Yeah.
not a burden to Dorothy.
And while we were talking about this, I just thought about having something like a trip down to mini golf at the down by the barn. Yeah, I
Pizza
mean,
night,
even arranging
pizza night.
a pizza night or mini golf, like before it gets crowded, like sometime in June.
That's a great idea.
Just something silly that people could enjoy. I don't know if you'd need to make a reservation or talk with them about it. But if, you brought like groups of 4 or 8 for mini golf tournament, a senior mini golf tournament could be kind of fun.
That's a great idea.
And we wouldn't pay for it, but have everybody sign up, pay their money. I don't know how much
It's
thing
expensive.
is.
It used to be like $5 or $6 for a golf.
It's like 20 bucks.
I think it's
Yeah.
upwards of 15 or something. It's
$15 or $20 a person. I
Yeah.
was shocked when we went.
At the Red
I
Barn.
know, I was shocked.
Maybe
Not at the Red Barn. This
She's
is
talking the Red Barn.
Yeah, I
Yeah, the
don't-
ones are 8, 12.
The Red Barn though is a little difficult to navigate.
Yeah, maybe.
It's so old. The
That
newer
looks like
ones,
It's pretty low end.
we,
What?
the one
It's
down in
flex.
Orleans,
Hoyt's is really basic.
Yeah, maybe that'd be like $4.
the one down.
It might be expensive, but it's flat.
Like you're right, the Boston has a big parking lot and they could accommodate a group. And it could be that, it could be it could even be a fundraiser or the Friends could support part of it. Maybe the Friends does something with you.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
I've got a contact with a woman in the family. I'll ask her how much the mini golf is.
yeah,
Where, at the Red Barn?
yeah, they're really nice people.
They're lovely family.
They donated very well when we did the winter bash.
Yeah, I know they multi-generational
Yeah,
owning that
very,
place.
very generous,
They're
kind
very
people.
generous. Very
Yeah, I
nice.
deal with them for the parade too. All right. Is that it for you, Karen?
You could even open up that pizza to families. They could go with grandma. It doesn't have to be just seniors.
Yeah, but you need a senior to get in?
Need a senior ticket. Bring a senior. The senior gets in free. And then you pay for the others. Yeah, that's all I had.
All right. Carol, do you have anything on elder services?
Yes, we had a Zoom March 2nd meeting because, February's was canceled due to the situation and they came up with March 2nd. Mary McKenna, who was the president, had passed away in December. I didn't know her, but 6 years and knew her presence in the room, and she was a delightful person to know. And in interim, there is a person that's taking over. Her name is Susan, and I'm sorry, I don't know her last name, but she will be, for interim purposes, the board president until I evidently either voted in or whatever. Judy gave her finance report. The first half of the project of 2027 is the needs in the budget expected to be up 1% increase for 2027. Building
That sounds
improvement, negative expenses.
Does the budget increase of 1% sound low?
To me, it sounds low.
Mm,
It's an increase.
pretty optimistic.
Building improvements and negative expenses, outside ramp and lobby bids have been put out to be done. Right now, actually, when you come up to the building, the outside doors are locked. You have to be buzzed in by the receptionist. So when you're out there going, or it gets, so now they want to have it that you can get into the lobby and then turn around and be buzzed in, and they want to have reception, you know, I guess, safety
Mhm.
for entering the building from there on, but it's also going to include the ramp. John from the advisory committee, the 8 Title III grants monies have been sent out and the paperwork had been completed. Laura with the fundraising report, 400,000 have been accomplished. That was their goal, with 15,000 over already, and a lot of monies are restricted. 15% of that money is restricted. Donors are returning, and the gifts have increased, but the amount of people have increased, but the amount of each fund has decreased.
Mhm.
8-year pilot is coming into existence for dementia through Medicare and Medicaid, and they will be training the navigators to be able to be available for that. Marianne, compliance review, high volume, answering the phone on the weekends seems to be the one thing that they have that's holding them back. 22 meals are only ones that have not been completed, and 176 waiting for home aids.
So 22 people are waiting for Meals on Wheels?
Mhm.
That sounds low compared to what.
Well, they've got it down. Yeah.
They
that's
really
good.
do. They have
They
had it,
really have worked hard then.
That's,
It was higher.
yes,
yeah, I
much
remember the
higher.
numbers being much higher.
Yeah, that's great.
176 are waiting for home aids.
Ugh.
Nomination committee is for executive offices is coming up. Uh, April annual meeting, they will have somebody presenting for the AARP, and that's usually in Cape Cod in Hyannis. I don't know if I will be attending this year, and my term expires as of this year. I have done 6 years, and that will be in June. Now, I don't know if I can go to the June meeting because they do every other month. But that position will now be open.
Okay.
And I have also considered my time span here
Yeah.
and think I'm leaving it in good condition. I don't know when I will be out of here, maybe June, maybe July, maybe September. But I can come and volunteer and sit with as
Join the
somebody.
Could you show the things, Carol?
So those of us who, because my term expires technically at the end of June. So on the board, so we're able to participate through June. And then we decide if we want to continue or not.
Well, like I said, I feel like it's time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 30 years I've been off and on the board. I can't tell you how many things I have seen, and I really think we have a phenomenal situation going on at the present compared to where it was. And I feel I'm leaving in a good note.
30 years, wow.
Yeah, 30 years older.
Carol, I'm sad to hear that, but I definitely understand and I appreciate the years that you've put in. We've known each other a very long time, and
Well,
We'll
if I
miss
can
you.
volunteer, sometime, I'm not dropping off the face of the earth, but I have to pick and choose a little bit more.
Yeah.
sure. No,
due
I
to
fully
situation.
understand that. Yep, absolutely.
Carol and I talked a little bit before the meeting, and I told her how much I appreciate her and her always willing to be here and to be supportive. And she's always had a very positive attitude. She's somebody that I've always been able to counsel, to talk to about stuff. And I just found her to be a wonderful friend.
Hey, I'm not dead yet.
And you got the perspective of those years of
Right.
where we've come from and where we're going, and
Yeah.
that is invaluable.
and her experience with, the other board, and she's always been, and I know that that's been a haul for her, heading down to Hyannis. And giving us-
Actually, it's a time away from home. I've been at a free meal. If you want to
You can
really. want-
pretend you're still on board and just
Yeah.
take off.
Yeah.
We'll tell.
Still on these boards, if you want to get away. But no, I just really appreciated everything that you've done here, and we're really going to miss you, but I completely understand the need to back away and to figure out what you need to do for yourself.
I
And I
actually think,
admire that too.
I actually think that the storms and the situation and everything else really put everything into perspective.
Mhm.
It's just time,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
While I'm capable, I'm able, and I can do.
yeah.
Yeah, and you need to have some fun for yourself too, and some time for yourself.
I'm looking for it.
I
So-
think you can have some fun. I think you're capable of it.
So that means we'll need to, there's no replacing you, but we'll
Oh,
need to
yes.
find not only a new person, but somebody to represent the COA at Elder Services.
Right. Yeah. I have wanted to talk to, the person who's head of the recruiting board. They have they do not know how much this board has changed. And they have an outdated perception of the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk with them about that. They've been giving out what I believe is bad information on how this board is.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to have a long discussion with them.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a good way?
Hmm?
Not in a good way?
Not in a good way. So I want to update them about their perceptions of how this board functions and what we do. I thought that that had passed, and I heard recently that it had not.
Okay.
So I want to talk with them about that. So I have to set up a meeting with the person who's head of that board. And then discuss what we want and how we would like to go forward with finding somebody to take your seat. We won't be able to replace you.
No,
We need-
I think young blood, young ideas, younger, anything.
Not
You know,
older,
as
I
I
don't
said.
need someone older than you.
Oh, hell no.
Cause I was thinking of asking.
The cane?
Yeah, we could do.
Oh, she's so fun.
Marcy?
Yeah, I was thinking of seeing if we could get Margie on the board.
Well, go for it.
Because you could let us know how to.
I'll leave my
surface
shoes
that-
behind and I'm
that-
sure she'll fill them with something.
Ask a question, she'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
We
don't
don't have
ask a
anyone
question.
representing the 100-year-olds.
She's so
There's
fun.
plenty of people representing the 70. So,
I think the multi-generational board is great. I think it gives such a perspective for everybody, it really
Right.
does.
yeah. So I think we do need, multi-generational, so I would really like. But yeah, if we could get somebody, well, we have plenty of people in their 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been trying to reach the younger people, but I also want to make sure that we do cover, people in the older age group as well. So, but we do appreciate everything that you've done, Carol.
Well, I thank you. I've had a good time. Been a good run.
I hope so. So we'll have to give you a party. Let you know how much we've appreciated you. So Dorothy, you needed to leave to take, we still have, wait a minute. The outreach and
Can't hear.
publicity,
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
11:15 is good. So,
okay.
yeah,
We'll
so
whip
we're
through
still
it.
okay. Thank you.
Volunteers, do you have any?
No update.
Okay. Cheryl?
Yep. We had a great, successful potluck at the,
Sounds like.
Chapel,
Chapel of the Pines, thank you.
that's a great location.
We had over 50 people, everyone thanked us. We even raised money, we got donations, which we often don't get for the potluck. So we, obviously was able to return $20 or something to the friends.
That's great.
And people love it there.
Yeah.
And I know it costs a little money to go there, but people just in the winter love going to the Chapel of the Pines
And
and,
it's really a
hanging out.
welcoming place.
right, and we had allies there, so, it is what it is, What I want your help with, because Dorothy and I, we usually have a monthly coffee. And for April, we are having PFLAG, which is the parents and friends of the community. And we decided, we wanted to open it up to the whole community, right? Because it's not just for the community. And
Thank you.
and we have a lot of older people and, you gotta know for sure that they have people in their family who fit gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, questioning. Do you know what I mean? And this is a very safe place for people to ask questions. Do you know what I mean? And get information. And so, we opened it up, we changed the time. It's 2:00, the first Monday in April. I don't know if we have anyone signed up for it.
We do.
Any sense?
There's probably about 10, but we're gonna do another push as
Right.
well.
Yeah.
And I've also, talked to locate Pride. I talked to, Joanna. and,
Okay,
I put something, I tagged them on that, but I'm gonna put it on their website
oh,
too,
good.
so.
The, my group, usually we don't have RSVPs. So I've encouraged them to RSVP, but they're not used to RSVPing for the coffee. And I will probably send my own little email, just to those 12, like, hey, remember, you're coming, right? That kind of thing.
Well, we have had some people that are, outside that group,
Good.
so that's.
That's what we're really targeting, is the people
Yes,
outside the group.
Yeah. So,
So I am asking you all, if you can come this day, it would really be, and I know you may have other plans and everything, but it really would be appreciated if some board members would come to this and support this event. Because we encouraged the smaller group and they were very into opening it up. So I think it would be nice for our group to see community there. And our dear leader here, Dorothy, has promised we are gonna have the best snacks in town that day.
She's
So-
baking again.
She's baking again. And it's at 2:00. We made it earlier for people to come to
Usually.
3. But we made it earlier and so I'm hoping that you can help promote this because we'd like to do something like this. We're more than open to doing these things more often, but people vote by their feet. And if it's only the group, then we're not gonna be motivated to keep trying to do bigger things.
And it's downstairs.
No, it's upstairs. Yeah, no, it's upstairs. So I'm hoping
That's a wonderful organization.
PFLAG is,
PFLAG.
yes. Yeah, and they'll be available and they're very good. So, and then we're planning a game night.
April,
24th,
I
and
think it's the 24th, yeah.
Dorothy,
Yes.
I really went the
24th.
extra yard because it had potential of conflicting with something the next day, but she made arrangements for the maintenance, is that who it is? The people who do the cleanup to come in early that morning because they had to, make it presentable. We leave it clean, but she has certain things that have to happen between events that are
Yeah,
standard.
no, they were very accommodating, so I appreciate that department stepping up and helping out as always.
Right, and we did the game night last year, and we have transitioned our email list to the constant contact, thanks to Dorothy and Monica. I had been managing it, and we got 70 names on it or something now, and they've carved it out. So the emails are coming now, as opposed to my little thing, coming through the constant contact to the senior center. So we're gonna try it out. All registrations going through there. I'm hoping that the larger group can handle this transition.
It was really
Do you know
seamless, and thanks to Monica, she inputted all those names manually. So thank you for doing that. And
You
it's
did it
just going to be
manually?
targeted.
Yeah. Anybody sign up for game night yet?
Yes. I think there's about 7 right now, but,
It's early.
and we'll get a bigger push out there
Yeah.
too.
No, it's
But the
just,
initial ones there, and people can share it if you see it.
yeah, please share it. And again, it's just getting people used to a new system, so it may be a little bumpy for a couple of times because they're just used to getting emails from me.
Yeah.
So it's for them to, and hopefully it doesn't go into their junk email, so.
Oh, well,
And with that, if you've talked to,
Joanna?
thank you. I think they're looking for the COA to do something for Pride Month. Did she talk to you about that yet, Dorothy? But what I was thinking, last year, and I wanted to throw this out to you, that last year, the Board of Health, the, what do you call it? The kids, the recreation department and the library did a whole community dinner for Pride at
I
the
remember
library.
that. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, let's just piggyback with them. So I don't know if you could talk to recreation head,
Christine?
Do they have a date? Do they know when it is yet or anything? Have you heard anything?
I know the weekend, but I don't know when they want to do, what they're gonna do, so it would be talking to the librarian. Talk to the librarian and to Christine to see if they're thinking of doing it again and ask if we can join them, and I can get people power to help. But I thought, why,
Yeah,
let's
I
just
know
do it.
Christine's out of town right now, but I'll reach out to Hillary and Melanie.
Yeah, let's just do one town-wide event, right? We
Yeah,
don't
that
need to
makes
do our
sense to
own event.
me.
We don't need to do our own event. Talk about intergenerational, right?
Yeah, I love that idea. I think that's great. And it's,
Hopefully it
people know
won't fall
about
on
it.
you. I got people power.
Okay.
Okay,
That's in June, correct, Sharon?
June.
I did want to mention that day that Joanna stopped by, she had some little cards. She's gonna come up with a bigger list that we can have at the center, but she came up with an initial flyer or a card for Pride Week. But she also brought me some new stickers that they had,
Oh, okay.
that we put on all the doors. And Dorothy, I don't even think I don't, for whatever reason, I think got crossed.
All good. I saw them. All good. It's great.
So
Thank
the
you.
little stickers on all the doorways that they.
Oh, good, new ones?
That you're welcome in.
Oh, great.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people continue to talk about how they appreciate feeling good at the senior center, so. That's it.
Okay.
And thank you to the Friends for keeping us funded in the budget.
Excellent. Is there any old business? Is there any new business? Since there's no public here, I'm assuming there's no public comment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion. Could we have a vote?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Mary Beth?
she's on mute.
You there, Mary Beth?
Yeah,
Okay,
You okay to end?
yes, yes.
Okay,
okay.
And I'll email some stuff, so I don't take up more time, but just some ideas.
okay,
Great meeting.
thanks.
Have a great time at the wedding.
Thanks for joining us.
Okey doke.